right, hi everybody. Welcome to Call to Arms. Good to see you all here. It's Raptor. From YouTube, you may remember me from plenty of Call to Arms and Men of War Assault Squad videos. Of course, Call to Arms is the more modern version of Men of War Assault Squad 2, and there's a recent update that will really add a lot of new features to the game, including a new Conquest Mode, and then also some really good improvements for the game, including doubling the FPS compared to Men of War. So we're going to try to do a little bit of the preview of the campaign today, and then also maybe take a look at some of the skirmish and whatnot. There seems to be quite a few players playing today and chatting, so that's good to see. So again, if you want to get Call to Arms, you can check it out on the Steam store page and find more information, I suppose, down below. I'm going to go ahead and take a look here at some of the missions here. The campaign's pretty good for both the United States and the GRM. Pretty good meaning that there's quite a few missions available. And, of course, you can play in Heroic with Fog of War on, too, for extra challenge. So if you beat it once, you can play it again and do it multiple times on increasing difficulty. So the United States and the GRM are two forces that are available for campaigns, and I believe there'll probably be more campaigns available in the future. And then also to go over some other factions. Let's just do a quick little skirmish view of what we've got for factions. I think we've also got Germany in here as well. I can't quite recall all the nations that are here. I remember there's the UAF and a few other nations. Let's take a look here if I can change my faction. I actually tested out the Conquest Mode, which is new earlier too. Can't quite remember how to change things here. Let's see. Oh, wow, we actually can add another enemy here. Oh, yeah, it's under... yeah, there we go. Perfect. I can change it over here, I think. And let's go for open slot and close slot. Something with the AI. But anyway, Call to Arms is a RTS game that's available now that has many different cooperative options, Evacuation, King of the Hill. Lots of options for multiplayer, and we'll be covering some of those a little bit later in the, I guess, in the skirmish mode, kind of like a single-player practice mode. But anyway, let's try some of the campaign mode, and then we'll get into Conquest Mode too. So let's try GRM missions. I actually, the new Call of Duty came out, and it actually reminded me a lot of the Call to Arms campaign for the GRM forces, as it kind of makes you play a lot in the what looks to be like the Middle East and a lot of random locations in a seemingly made-up nation that I can't quite recall. But it's really cool to see there's kind of like a revolution that takes place and then a whole combat conflict, and you're in combat the whole time. So it's quite thrilling, I must say. All right, let's go to Leaders Tiers. That's a good one to start with, I think, and we'll see what we can do there. Good mission where I can remember playing this one, actually. Our BTRs come under attack, and then we're tasked with, I believe, rescuing somebody from a base and then evacuating them after defending, so it's pretty cool. So this takes place in Western Asia, Day 21. Yeah, long conflict here. The United States is involved in some of these missions. There's other forces called like the United Arab Front, I believe, and the Global Revolutionary Movement, which is GRM. And then there's also, I believe, Germany and Russia in here too, which are just multiplayer nations, but they don't have yet a storyline, but all the units are there for it.
It's a trap. This block is full of UAF scum. BTR is hit. Bail out and take cover.
Oh yeah, we're getting hit by RPGs already. Okay, I think we're going to actually have to repair one of these BTRs. I think that's one of our objectives, is to get that functioning. There's also first person in this game,
Captain
too.
Who, our APC engine damage appears to be minor.
Oh, there's new...
I think we can still salvage it.
Awesome, there's voice acting now. I didn't see that before. Oh, cool,
Agreed,
we can actually play
but we
as a
need
sniper.
to secure the area first before attempting any repairs.
Oh, get wrecked.
Let's do it.
Oh, that was sweet. All right, so yeah, a little bit of first-person action in this game, which is totally unexpected
Looks
for an
like
FPS.
they are holding some of our men prisoner in that nearby building to the south.
Oh, okay, over here. Yep.
While freeing them is not our priority, there may be an engineer among them. We need a specialist to repair the vehicle.
All right, let's head over this way. I think this might just be out of the map parameters, so I might need to sneak around. All right. Whoa, whoa. Well, actually, am I playing on easy? I don't remember. There's normal and medium. I guess I didn't check beforehand, but I guess it doesn't matter. We're just here to...
As suspected, the UAF sharpshooters are nearby, assigned to protect the hostage.
Okay, so we got to also eliminate UAF snipers. Those UAF scum, we got to get rid of them. All right, where are the snipers exactly? Our objectives should be found... let's see, highlight... Oh, here we are, objectives. Okay, so it doesn't show us where the snipers are exactly, so we'll kind of have to find them. They're probably in this block here somewhere, and we should be able to get the BTR up and running soon. Is this a guard medic? Okay, so if we take any hits and any of our men become wounded, we can actually heal them with the medics. That's quite helpful. Love the gun sounds in this game as well. Oh, nice. Another guy down from our sniper. If we hold V, we can actually see all the civilians and enemy troops that have been killed so far. So it might actually help us to see where the enemy is based off of where their losses are. I think we see another man up here. Oh, nope, MAG. I thought we found a sniper. Okay, let's try to go up the flank. And I guess we'll just work our way up this house. The edge of the map is over here, so I gotta kind of like tank it. Ooh, over here. Let's try a grenade toss. Oof. I'm literally inside of a garbage can. Alright, let's try to sneak up here. Going prone is quite a useful tactic in order to sneak up, so that's one of them that we can do. I think there's also throwable knives in this game, too. Let's try to throw this across the street. Try to toss this grenade. Let's see how first-person grenade throwing goes. Oh, not bad. Okay, well, I got close, at least, for not being able to see where I was throwing. Oh, actually, this is our sniper. GRM snipers all the way up there. We have multiple snipers. That's great. Okay, let's go ahead and throw another sniper there behind this area. Okay, I guess we'll bring up the cover up the road. I believe these missions are also playable in co-op too, so I think pretty much every mission is co-op in the Call to Arms campaign. So if you'd like to play with a friend and get through the campaign that way, you can do that. It is a campaign that unlocks mission after mission too, so you got to kind of play it in story mode, but if you want to get through it real quickly, you can put it on easy and then replay through it on a higher difficulty. That's what I did with some other campaigns recently too, to find my favorite missions and other things. You can play through them time and time again, and then increase the challenge once you got the hang of things, which is nice. This guy is inside this, looks to be a portable, like some sort of a construction building. Let's try to bounce this off the wall. Actually, let's wait till the grenade's about to blow. Oh, nice. There we go. Oh, we secured the block. Excellent. Don't want everyone coming over here. Let's get our sniper up here, too. Oh, there we go. Yeah, listen to those guns open fire. This is so cool. There's a lot of mods, too, by the way, for Call to Arms as well, where people have made their own maps. There's a wonderful map editor. And just like with Men of War, the community has also created some really good maps and other types of mods for this game as well that have kind of changed and tweaks factions or added new units that don't exist or that do exist in modern times, and it's really neat to see what the community can come up with. Okay, I think we're real close to rescuing our comrades on the right flank, though this mission has been easy so far since we already start with pretty elite troops. These are let's see, these are the guards, GRM guard troops. So these are like the tier, like the second tier troops. I think these are equivalent to like US Marines. Uh-oh, we've got ourselves a Humvee. Speaking of Marines, that's not Marines, but that is a unit that we're going to need this man for. All right, sir, prepare your RPG. Don't shoot it just yet. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Wait for it. All right, watch for backblast. Fire! Woo! Damn right. Wow, this is actually looking really solid. To begin with, I think Call to Arms really already ran more effectively than Men of War did. Men of War, very popular World War II RTS game as well, but this makes improvements at least in terms of stability, and really is running smooth too. I've got quite a beefy computer to play this game with, but it is working rather nicely. I can remember when we do play multiplayer as well with some others, it runs really smoothly, surprisingly. For like 8 players plus. Very good. Alright, let's hop upstairs, see if there's anybody else. Let's go into clear the rooms.
Free. Grab weapons and ammo. Let's move.
Okay, so here's all of our boys. These guys here I think can repair the BTR.
Send an engineer to get our armor operational again.
Yeah, let's go. I gotta do voice acting in these games. They hire nerds. These guys, I wonder if it's family of the developers. They sound like they're just like computer players. Let us go back and repair. Alright, let's head back to the BTR now and do some repairs. Of course, these guys are mechanics. They're not warriors. These guys are going to do repairs. Alright, we got a pilot here. Interesting, we have a rescued pilot. Oh, I believe that is part of the mission, too, is that we do need to go over here and capture this helicopter as well. in order for us to get somebody out of here. I believe we're transporting someone. I can't quite remember the storyline at the moment, but I believe we've got somebody with us who's very important to the enemy or to our side, and we need to get them out of here by transporting them via helicopter, which is going to be quite cool. Oops, let's go back. All right, let's find these mechanics, tankmen. They are the ones who can repair vehicles, so, like, obviously your traditional, riflemen or something like that couldn't do repairs, but these guys can. All right, enemies are attacking our position as they realize we've cleared out the zone and are starting repairs. They don't like that. Meanwhile, we're going to have to cut through the city. I love these beautifully dug trenches here. And I think what I did before, too, is there is a possibility for us to destroy these BMP-3s from up here. So if I bring a RPG man
UAF are
over
holding
here...
our leader's son at one of these three
there it is.
locations.
Leader's son.
Remember, his safety and recovery is our top priority.
That's
Rumors
right.
suggest that the Americans sent a squad of Navy SEALs to retrieve and escort the hostage to a CIA location.
Oh, cool.
We cannot allow this.
I don't remember all this voice
Captain
acting.
Abu, they have a helicopter parked at the east block of the town.
This is great. They added a lot more
Yes,
to the storyline
it looks
this
like
way.
a helicopter gunship.
Now, there used to
We
be
will have to
portraits and
destroy
things that
it.
would pop up, but I don't remember that. Okay, so the helicopter gunship's
No.
got to go out of the way.
Clearly, they have no time to get it airborne. Otherwise, it would already be in the air to greet us. Restrain from damaging it. I know how to fly that bird.
Oh,
Our
good.
priority remains the recovery of the royal captive. But if we can seize the Hind operational, it would greatly improve our fighting odds.
I'm going to try to get an RPG here. Ah, here we are. The Vampire. Perfect. I'm going to need these. All right, those guys are going to keep shooting it out. Meanwhile, tank man Bashir Safar is going to go on a safari hunting for big game today. He's going to go try to pop those BMP-3s. This is actually a very memorable mission. This one's really fun. So essentially what we're going to be doing is flanking the village, clearing it out, capturing that helicopter, and then trying to get it operational while enemy forces will be attacking. This one's got a lot of excitement to it. So it reminds me a lot of another campaign. I can't quite remember of another game I played years ago that had a pretty memorable campaign, but I can't remember the name exactly. Old times. All right, this does have a little drop to it, so we need to account for that, but I don't know what the range of the Vampire is. So let's shoot a little above. We have what seems to be 5 rounds with us, so we need to destroy the BMP-2 over there, the BMP-3, and then possibly the Humvee, but it's not as important, so let's take a shot. Let's see what happens. Damn, direct hit. Don't think we destroyed the vehicle, but it's certainly been woken up. Turret's been damaged. Crew might be able to repair that. Let's fire at the BMP-2. Gonna need some big range on that one. I think we fell a little short on that one. See exactly where. Can't really tell. Let's try to take another shot. Oh, but that was a hit. Nice. BMP-2 looks to be down. Yep, it is on fire. Crew is bailing. Okay, nice. Let's try to hit that BMP-3 again. And excellent. BMP-3 is down. Bashir, damn. Get more tank kills from being an AT guy than he did in the tank. Let's try to take the Humvee out. And this first-person mode is a godsend for anybody who knows how to take some shots. Sometimes in RTS games, it's a little frustrating because you can't control the soldiers yourself. Oh, but damn. That's the best part of that campaign right there. All right, good. We can end the campaign now. All good. All right, sweet. Wow, we've done a lot of damage just with like 4 or 5 shots of the RPG. That's a real good way to play this one out, is to flank these vehicles here at the roadblock. And it looks like they are not happy about us being here. We can come down this way and get into these trenches too, so that might be a good way to go around. They're still sending reinforcements up here, but they're getting eliminated by our snipers and machine gunners. So let's try flanking over to the... I think we'll go over this way here quickly. Wow. I love all the modern buildings and such that were added to the game as well. I believe one of the most famous mod makers of the Men of War / Call to Arms community by the name of... I can only remember Wigan now, but it's been a while since I've spoken with him. He made a wonderful Black Hawk Down mission, and I believe is also working for the company as well. He has a name from the Band of Brothers series. Now, wow, how can I not remember one of the most popular guys out there? Made a wonderful Black Hawk Down mission, though, for this game that incorporated all these buildings and required you to rescue the crew and then go and attack. It's not from the movie, per se, but again, with the mods in this game, you can recreate any movie or other video game scenario if you wanted to. of defending or attacking famous locations from modern times. Sir Henkel, that's what I was thinking of. Yes, Sir Henkel. Okay, so let's flank over to the left and see if we can clear out these trenches down here. There's an ability to turn on Fog of War, too, which makes the game a lot more realistic, but also more difficult, too. And, of course, for demonstration purposes, we're just trying to roll through. But, luckily, we're starting to clear out the position quite effectively. So we need to keep these pilots alive, so I might need to tell these guys to hold back a little bit. I believe these are our pilots here dressed in these olive uniforms. I think this is another one here. That's an engineer. Is this a pilot? Okay, that is a pilot. We need to find the other one. We're going to have these guys go down this way while we block the town. It might be a good idea to attack two positions at once. The enemy might have a field day of cutting us down over here. There's really not a lot of cover down this road. So in this game, you can, as you've seen, I've been snapping to cover a lot too. And so just like other games such as, you know, like, for example, Company of Heroes, you can have individual men take cover instead of entire squads. So it's really cool that a whole battle can be changed by one man landing one RPG shot, as you've seen before. Okay, let's get our tank crew up, get that BTR online too. I'm a little afraid of calling that in yet because it's a little risky since there could be RPGs around, but let's get our men organized here before we attack any further. Snipers are great. We've really got a lot of good equipment and soldiers here to do this battle. So let's see. We should have multiple men. Of course, Bashir here. MVP Bashir. Rolling in them. We got two tankmen there. Sniper should come up. He'll cover the roadway. Actually, let's put him over here behind this. Can we put him behind the truck? We'll lay him down here in this crater. Another thing, too, in this game is with vehicles that drop down, for example, you know, like explosive power or something like that, they can create craters like artillery or mortars, and you can actually take cover in that. Seems like the enemy is sending up some supplies. Well, that's interesting. That's cool. So the enemy's sending supplies through the area. You can actually see them using it as a legitimate supply route, too. So it is possible that enemy reinforcements could come through. All right, we can also first-person control the vehicle. Although I think I need to get another person in here for tank controls. Or to fully control the tank, we want like a commander. Here he is. We want a commander, a gunner, and a driver. That makes things a little bit more useful. I think there's also the ability to fire smoke rounds from certain vehicles. For example, like the T-80, T-62 and such. Those can actually have countermeasures or ways to defend themselves. Here is our other pilot. Okay, so we want our two pilots there for the chopper. Let's get our men ready to go. I think we can probably take some more sniper shots. I want to make sure this trench is clear.
At southwest location.
Who? Oh, there's a target around here? Oh, we can do some shopping. Excellent. Maybe we can pick up some candles or something like that. Let's see here. Wow. This is great. We can snipe these dudes from a long distance. Once the reticle turns orange, you're good to go. Oop. Sorry. Didn't even phase this guy. Let's see if we can get him in the body mass then. There we go. That's a good shot. AI's looking around. They know something happened. So these guys are using a mix of like American and Russian equipment, it seems. Humvees and maybe a HMG or something. They might actually have a PKM on top of that truck, on top of the Humvee, so we might need to watch out for a whole mix of equipment. Okay, looks like the road is clear. Let's go ahead and bring up the BTR. So we've done a lot of good cleanup now. The enemy tried to counterattack. We should probably get off the road just in case there's mines. That is a thing in this game, too, I believe, is anti-personnel mines, which engineers can use. Trying to stay off the road as much as possible. Stop there. Good thing, too, is the AI is smart enough to get out of the way of most vehicles. So if there is a car careening towards your position, your troops, most of the time, will be smart enough to get out of the way. But sometimes there's just not enough time if they don't see the vehicle in time. So let's see here. Oops, back this way. It's probably one of my favorite missions, as well as there's an American sniping mission that's early in the U.S. campaign. That's just a ton of fun. And now, there's also a hardcore mode to the game, too, that makes things a little bit more difficult.
We have identified the target location.
A little bit more realistic, I should say. Hardcore is not so much hardcore as it is more realistic in terms of if a soldier gets shot by one round, he's more than likely going to perish from 2 rounds or 3 rounds rather than just 10 or 20. All right, let's roll up again with our vehicle. So this is a BTR here, an armored troop transporter, and I believe in multiplayer these vehicles also can carry ammunition for your troops. Here we can see it indicated right there of how much supply that it has. I think you can turn that on and off, though I don't see the button for it at the moment. Special options. Ah, here it is. So we can actually turn it on to auto-supply our troops. We can also attach wheelable guns behind it, like, for example, a ZPU anti-aircraft gun. Oh, God. Enemy actually has a tank. Oh, a T-80 BV. Uh-oh. We gotta get... Go, Bashir. Oh, God. I ran into that car. That's going on my insurance. We gotta get Bashir out of this thing, quick. Bashir, go. Oh, my God. Whoa! We got flanked by a tank. Now's the time for the medic. I don't know if our boys are going to be able to handle this. That tank went right up here to get rid of the BMP. Or the BTR. Alright, we got to get Bashir back up and running. BTRs are usually a pretty nice, juicy target for most infantry and tanks. Let's get in there. Let's get in the fight. Although we can damage that enemy vehicle and start using it for our own purposes.
Looks like the Americans are here. Let's show them what we're made of.
Okay, American reinforcements are here too. If I disable that enemy tank and capture it for myself, we can use it to clear the town, which would be a much better vehicle to have than the BTR. Looks like they're actually... Oh, look at that. We brought up our vehicle, now they're retreating. They're more afraid of our infantry than the tank. Alright, let's get up on that line.
Scratch one UAF sharpshooter.
Alright, let's get Bashir to fire his AT weapon. And we got one UAF sniper out of the way. Okay, we hit that tank. It's been tracked, so that's not going to be going anywhere. Did Bashir get healed? He may have died.
Scratch one UAF sharpshooter.
Oh, that's two UAF sharpshooters down. Where's Bashir? Oh, wow. Enemy troops are just running right in front of our men trying to flank. Navy SEALs. We took down Navy SEALs. Okay, here comes another light vehicle. We need to make sure that vehicle, that helicopter is not scratched, so we need to be very cautious about our fight. Okay, light vehicle down. Let's go for the striker here. Surgical strikes on enemy vehicles. Now just the tank remains. Our friend there, Bashir, had the better AT for tanks, so hopefully he's not... I hope that's not him there. I might have to grab a weapon off of him. Oh, there he is. Ah, yes, the legendary Bashir. Eliminate U.S. Navy SEAL teams sent in, okay. Oh, the CIA tried to send in a Navy SEAL team, and they were wiped out. Wow. Oh, what happened, Bashir? He ran out of ammo for this thing. Oh, the BTR is the only thing that could have given him ammo. Well, he cleared as many vehicles as he could. You can't blame him. All right, let's go back to hiding. Enemy troops just walking around. Look at that. They're like dazed from the fight. Some of these guys are just regular rebels. Others are a little bit more skilled fighters. There's all sorts of different alliances here. It's sometimes tricky to keep them all straight, but that makes it more realistic. Sometimes your enemy is your friend, and then your friend is your enemy, based on who you're fighting against, I guess. Okay, the town is looking real clean. We've just got that tank to worry about. Luckily, it won't be moving. I could come up behind it now with an AT round, but I don't know if any of our men still have AT. Oh, yeah, we do. Look at this guy. He's literally wearing like an Adidas tracksuit with like a camo thing on top of it. Now, obviously, I'm playing on a little easier level, so you can't just run out in front of a 50 cal vehicle like that and just expect to get away with it. Oh, there's actually some ammo over here. Good. We'll be defending this town very soon. This is a beefy mission. I like this. It's always a pleasure when you've got a mission that takes place in kind of a smaller area with plenty of objectives. Makes it a lot more exciting, I think. Ah, here we go. Well, we're about to get exciting here in just a second. Where's that aiming reticle? Of course, with hardcore mode off, a lot of these troops can't take headshots like that. You can't just do them in for one shot. Alright, we hit the tank with one round. Let's hit him again. There we go. I see flames. Tank is still operational, though. Let's try to grab some more ammo. Should be able to grab ammo for this RPG here. Ah, there we are. Oh, there's actually an RPG stored at these munition dumps, too. It is like a 50-50 chance, or there is like some RNG as to whether or not vehicles burst into flame, too. I'm being very risky firing in front of this chopper. If we destroy it, that's the end of the mission, so... Oh, there it goes. Now, hopefully the tank doesn't explode, because if it does, that's RIP. So hopefully it's not a huge explosion. Look at that. Crewman bailing out. There he is. I thought I saw someone bailing from the tank. And there he goes. All right, just a few defenders left. Let's clean out this town and be done with it. Not too bad. Only lost one man in the BTR. All right, let's go over this way. I think that was my favorite band from the Vietnam era was BTR. I love them. It's great. All right, a few more troops to clear out by the gas station. Wow, this is like an American truck stop. Look at all those gas pumps. I don't think you'd ever see that many anywhere else. All right. So knowing what I know from before, I think we're going to have to defend from an assault from the west from the enemy. And I believe the leader's son, as they put it, is somewhere in one of these buildings. So let's bring the pilots over to the chopper and get that ready for takeoff. Hopefully those guys are safe. Where did I leave them? They came with the blob, I guess, when I moved them up. Let's find our boys now. Get organized. I think we need to clear out this building. There's a building around here that we'll eventually find him at. Find and secure the leader's son. Okay, looks like we just found it. And avoid damaging the UAF chopper. Done. We're defending the helicopter now for enemy troops. And where's our pilots?
Scout reports of the UAF reinforcements approaching shortly.
Oh, there it goes.
We have very little time. Expect the bulk of their forces to arrive from the west and possibly south-north flanks. Load up and find a good spot to hold this village.
There we go.
All UAF snipers are history.
Captain, unexpected armor units approaching east.
All right, we're going to get all of our men then to face the
Collect
west.
yourself. Our friendly armor was sent to reinforce this position until we can withdraw safely.
Looks like the chopper was engaging... Oh, it was a supply truck that had spawned there. The enemy was still trying to use the road as a supply route. Luckily, we were able to get out of there in time. All right, good. Now we got some T-62s to use and some more reinforcements. We got a chopper as well, so this is going to make defending the town a lot easier. So the local government, who we're rebelling against, is going to launch a counterattack, and we are going to defend. I guess we don't need our pilots anymore. Technically, they're in the chopper, even though one of them is right there, but that's why you keep them alive, I guess, to simulate that you need to capture the chopper. All right, I don't think we can repair any of these vehicles. Let's see if we got a tank man with us. Let's see if we can repair. BMP-2 might be able to be repaired. Could use it. And let's see if we can get one of these guys going. I see a sniper there. Oh, another tank man here, of course, the legendary Bashir. Oh, unfortunately can't repair that vehicle. We might be able to repair the American Striker, though. Oh, there we go. Well, Bashir gets his revenge now. Got kicked out of his BTR, but now he's going to pick up a Striker, which has a... Is it got the grenade launcher? No, it's the... This is the one with the H2 heavy machine... M2 Browning, sorry. Heavy machine gun. I think it's... Can't remember the designation on that one, but plenty of mix of weapons here in this game. I believe the enemy Humvees have the... let's see if we can find one of those. They have the Russian variant on there. Pretty cool. Okay, we'll need supplies too. So we're going to try to fill all these trenches. We got a minute now to finish that up. Looks like most of our troops have ammunition. Good idea to spread everyone out as much as possible too. Enemy could launch mortar attacks. There could be artillery. I don't know really what to expect other than a wave of tanks, which we have our own tanks coming up the road now. So let's back these up just a little bit. And we'll swing left. And then we'll get our Mi-35 ready to roll. And that thing will be able to provide fire support both in rockets, and also we can take direct control to fire the equivalent of a Hellfire or I think 128mm rockets or something to that effect. And then also we can fire at the I think it has a 30mm or 20mm chain gun on it, which is going to be really effective against light vehicles.
Let's give the government forces hell.
That's right.
Pass my orders to everybody. Defend your leader's son to the death.
All right, 3 seconds then. Oh, nice. Autosaves. Very good autosaves in the game, just in case something goes south. Gives you a chance of reloading without having to restart, too. All right, so we see... nothing. Nothing's coming our way now. We destroyed it all. Get into one of our tanks here and see if we can start engaging. Wow, so much destruction. M60 spotted. Fire. There's another M60 reloading. Wow, these vehicles are getting smashed. So the government is in cahoots with the U.S., so they have a lot of older U.S. equipment. Oh, damn. Put a round right through that into the engine block. Look at that. Some of the destruction here is really beautiful. But yet, even though a vehicle's knocked out with its engine being wiped out, the crew can still fight. Some of these more modern tanks have a lot of survivability that allows the crews to continue to fight, even though something might be wrong with the vehicle, such as losing a weapons system, you know, can retreat from the front lines, that type of thing. Okay, let's go ahead and move over here with some of our troops. Still good to spread out. We need a few more troops with RPGs. I believe we have some in those crates. Maybe the truck has some, too. That's a good thing to check the Ural truck for. And it looks like... oh, here's the son. GRM Insurgent. His name is Zekwan Mogadam. So eventually we're going to need to evac him. So we better keep some people nearby to defend him. It would be a good idea. I don't want to lose that guy. Keep him in the safe house right now. This is almost like the mission from Call of Duty like Heat. This game gives me those same feelings of, you know, being on the edge of, like, you know, like there's huge numbers against us. Are we going to be able to hold? And that's probably everybody's favorite type of mission in these types of games is the defense missions, the last stand missions, the defense of, you know, a small town or a helipad or a base, that type of thing. I'm going to try to get this AT guy to come back and bring back RPGs for everybody. They're on sale, so he's going to go pick up some and start handing them out. What a nice guy. All right, let's go ahead and swing the vehicle around. If you play any sort of War Thunder, or if you're familiar with tanks and such, armor is taken into effect in this game, too. You can actually see that there's armor values in the tank. Obviously, shooting a tank in the rear is going to be more effective than firing at it head-on, or in the flank is also good. And vehicles don't necessarily have a health bar, but you can weaken them the more that you hit them. But obviously, shooting a tank through the engine block and starting it on fire is going to do a lot of damage versus continuously hitting it at its strong points. It looks like that vehicle doesn't have anything. We'll scout the American vehicles. We'll continue to look for... oh, there we go. That's what we want to see. We got some law rocket... AT-4s, sorry. AT-4s to use against the enemy, so any more tanks can be dealt with quickly. Might be a good idea to just leave one man as our designated AT man. And I think since we're not... yeah, let's get Bashir. I wonder if I come back to the truck, if he can get some more Vampire ammo. It's quite a valuable piece of equipment. The RPGs are pretty good against tanks, but the Vampire is like a MVP. And as you saw earlier, we wiped out the BMP-3 and the BMP-2 with like minimal effort from firing a long distance like that. Oh, looks like we got a straggler out there. The enemy's still trying to push through. We did a hell of a lot of damage here. Looks like a couple of trucks have tried to arrive with troops inside too. They didn't stand much of a chance. Now, from what I recall, I believe we might possibly be overrun at some point, so we need to be cautious about that. Looks like this vehicle's still damaged, despite being somewhat repaired. Let's go ahead and have the crewman jump out and continue repairs. Oh, looks like it's wiped out, so they must have hit it again. And there's not much we can do. We can actually salvage composition C4 and some other weapons and ammo from it. So a vehicle, though it's wiped out, can always be used for cover and resupply and for like a trap for the enemy, too. You can grab AT from it, try to hit other enemy vehicles that might be nearby with it. Alright, looks like Bashir has not been rearmed with Vampire ammo, but he does have some more health kits. And since he is our MVP and anti-tank, we'll go ahead and send him up here. The enemy could attack again soon. Looks like they are sending reinforcements to flank through the town this time. I did not anticipate that. So we're going to have to adjust our flank here. Luckily, it is a light vehicle. And enemy helicopter spotted. Let's go ahead and see if we can go into our own... whoa, 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 whoa. They're not happy with me. Let's go ahead and go into first person with the chopper. Try to get that enemy chopper out of the sky. Oh, never mind. All right, friendlies took care of that. Good work, boys. Enemy vehicle anywhere? Oh, there it is. That is a BMP 3. Oh, and the chopper's down. They kept hitting it with auto cannons. And actually, this is a grenade launcher there. That's what they were getting it with. All right. I think Bashir is finally dead. That's where he was. Unfortunately, oh, he only had one AT weapon on him, so we do want to defend the leader up in this building. They got us surrounded now. We got to pull back and deal with that. See if we can get our tank moving. Oh, they're actually coming to the flanks with the vehicles, light vehicles. These could be armed up with 40 millimeters. Oh, AGS 30s. So we have some grenade launchers here. We got to start dealing with the flanks. Watch out in front. There we go. All right, that 40 millimeter flanked around there. Helicopter's a pretty good weapon, but it was out of ammo. I don't know if returning to the helipad would give it any sort of ammunition recovery or replenishment, but it was down to just a few rounds of the rockets, so not too much left. Let's get this man in the window. Cool thing, too, is I think the troops can actually break windows when they go to engage. So it's hard to see them in the window until an enemy soldier comes by, and then they'll kind of give away their position.
Abu, our extraction convoy is 2 minutes away, approaching from the east.
Yeah, it looks like we're being really attacked from the north now. It's our biggest threat. Let's go into first person in this tank. Get our turret turned around. Nice. Put one right through the windshield. All right, BMP 3 now approaching the gas station. Prepare to fire. Nice. Round right put through. Oh, switch to machine gun. There we go. There's even thermal sights for certain vehicles, too, which makes it a little easier to hit them. We do need to defend at the gas station now. Yeah, this ability to drive vehicles in first person is really nice for making it feel a little bit more immersive, especially when you're tasked with a scenario that seems smaller scale. We are defending against, you know, not a whole army here, but several vehicles against a force that outnumbers us. Pretty exciting, actually. And I want there to be more missions like this. Oh, enemy helicopter. However, we're going to deal with that. Oh, I know. Put a round through them. HE rounds, I think, are more effective against choppers, but of course, armor piercing doesn't hurt either. Don't want them dropping off reinforcements. Well, that certainly didn't help them. AP round through the cabin there. Got him. Cool. Let's turn our tank the right direction here. Oh, back this way, sir. All right. Looks like the enemy is not having any of what we're throwing at it now. They're trying to flank, but our tank has been disabled. It's flanking the other way. It looks like it is actually out of the game now. We're going to be overrun soon. These boys have been tasked with defending the leader to the end, so everybody on the front line is more than willing to give up themselves in order to reach that convoy back here, which is just arriving. Fantastic.
It's time to go. Friendly armor evac, east end. Go, go.
All right, boys. Time to hit the hit the trail. The dusty trail. Or bloody, I guess, in this case. Reinforcements are here. Our boys are going to have to hold the last man. Let's get out of here. Make sure we can make it now. We're going to get an escort team to bring the leader's son back here. He doesn't have a weapon, but I suppose you could give him one, too, if you wanted to. Oh, it's almost like Broken Arrow. Look, we're almost overrun by enemy troops. They are desperate to stop us. Another chopper coming in. Yeah, it certainly did. I think it's supposed to be dropping off troops, but no bueno on their side. And there's the soldier there. Oh, we need to get him inside. Oh. Okay, you ran over a friendly there, bud. That's fine. All good. Mission accomplished. Excellent. So you can continue the mission if you want and just see it all play out and try to defend to the last man, but I think overall we'll probably be okay because you can continue to wipe them out from a distance with tanks. Pretty cool. All right, let's go back. So, yeah, you can continue playing or you can exit back to the main menu. I think we're going to do that. So that was a good one. Excellent. So that is part of the GRM campaign, the Global Revolutionary Movement. So let's go to Rolling Thunder for the U.S., which is all about tanks. Oh, we were playing it easy. Well, that actually wasn't even that easy, really. I was kind of nervous the whole time. It gave our troops a little bit more health. But let's try to up the game then. I think I want to do Rolling Thunder with hardcore realism. Yeah, there you go. It's more of a realism mode than it is just hardcore. So let's go to U.S. now, and let's try a little harder playthrough. So Rolling Thunder is where we're advancing onto a airfield. Again, these are always like these... Oh, and we get to select the vehicle that we bring in. Well, obviously, we've got to bring in the Abrams Tusk. They're almost like movies. These missions are really like grand scale. You know, not just like you and two guys go into a military base and try to eliminate everybody. It's about rolling in and blowing up an entire base or something like that. I don't know. They're just epic. So GRM occupied military base in the Middle East. So now we're on the American side trying to fight against the force that we were just playing as. And there's a whole epic struggle that goes on throughout the campaign. I don't know if I want to spoil it too much, but it is pretty good. And it does have some really hype moments to it that are quite enjoyable, I must say. But this is a cool mission I love, too.
Dragon 2, within 5 clicks of the objective. Over.
Dragon Team, this is Iron Base. GRM reinforced their hold on the airfield area with plenty of armor. Top priority is to recapture this military airbase, but proceed with caution.
All break formation. Weapons check. Free fire zone.
Wow, that voice actor I remember from not World in Conflict, but War Game, Red Dragon, and European Escalation. Very cool. All right, so the American forces
Airfield
tasked
is
with rolling in.
directly south of your position. Eliminate GRM forces defending it. Most of the GRM fighter jets and air power are elsewhere, but be prepared to face a possible air threat as well. Over.
Iron Base. Roger.
All right, so we need to watch out for the threat of helicopters, aircraft, and, of course, ground troops that
Go
are...
south, we can try drawing them in. Let's use the landscapes and obstacles to our advantage.
Oh, this is nice. I forget exactly how to go into thermal mode.
Hoorah!
Oh, 0 is thermal image, so if we press that, yep, there you go. Much easier to see enemy tanks through that way. Just make sure you know which ones you're shooting at. All right. So we have AI friendlies that are advancing with us.
Great shot! Hoorah!
Enemy vehicle there. Troop transporter. Oh, get wrecked.
Dragon 6 is down.
I think our allies advance a little too quickly, and yeah, they get smashed because they're not patient in dealing with vehicles that have ATGM, such as the BMP-2. ATGM, anti-tank guided missiles, are in this game,
Dragon
not only in the
5 is
choppers,
down.
but also in certain vehicles, such as the BMP-2. Our track's been damaged. Oh, good, we've actually destroyed that vehicle.
I smoked one!
Oh, yeah, it's in flames. Another one behind there, though, I think. We're getting shot at from somewhere. Oh, yeah, friendly vehicles are clearing the way. Good. All right, how do we repair? Oh, it's automatic. Wonderful. So if we get tracked, we're only stationary for a while, and the crew will automatically repair it for you, just to keep the mission rolling. That's good. Realism is important, but also, being able to play it and not be bored as it's a game is important, too. Well, let's hit that T-62.
There are 4 major hangars in the airbase. You need to secure all of them.
Oh, we put a round right through the bottom of that tank.
Dragon 2 is down.
Oh, there's a BTR there. Sometimes hard to tell whether or not a vehicle is operational or not. Well, that sure as hell ain't anymore. At least not the gun. Enemy is using the terrain to their advantage, too. Love that thermal mode. So you can tell on the minimap, too, if a vehicle has been destroyed or not, and if you want to make it ultra-realistic, you can turn on Fog of War. Typically, when I'm making videos on Men of War or Call to Arms. Usually Fog of War is off, so that way I can see where everything is and play it more strategically as if I knew where everything was, but realistically they probably wouldn't know where everything was unless they had some sort of UAV or something up actively at the moment. Oh, there it is, BTR over here. Oh, there was. It seemed to have disappeared. It's interesting, once we look at enemy vehicles, they seem to self-destruct, like this one.
I smoked one!
Huh. Wonder why that is.
Watch out! Hostile AH inbound!
Alright, our tanks made some good progress. We still got enemies on the left flank. Looks like that tank might still be operational. Let's put a round in it. Wouldn't hurt. There we go. Hurt them, but not me. Alright, BTR here. Now that 20mm, I believe it's a 20mm or 30. The autocannon on top of that BTR can do damage against us, so we need to be cautious as well. Can't just go rolling into battle. Oh, we gotta fall back. Enemy chopper there. Hit him with the Browning Heavy. Or the main.
Good hit.
There we go.
Birds down.
Mission complete. Or at least the side objective. So the enemy is trying to scramble helicopters and fighters as quickly as possible. There are a lot of enemy vehicles here. They are certainly defending this position as best they can. I'm going to try to work this center a little bit more than the right flank, but alright, so I see 4 objectives that popped up now on the mini-map. We'll have to kind of keep an eye out for those. Another BMP-2 there.
Down.
Alright, all friendly tanks have been eliminated by enemy tanks. Not good. Don't know if they can repair or not, but looks like all enemy fighters are retreating towards the airfield now. I think we have to destroy those helicopters on the pads so the enemy can't use them. Oh, hello. Whoa. Simmer down there, Sparky. There we go. Running out of ammunition. I have 6 armor-piercing rounds remaining. The enemy's throwing more weapons at me than I have ammo. Crack damaged. BMP-2. Oh, wow, they just ran over their own soldier. He turned to a beautiful little pink mist, I guess. Okay, we're still getting shot at by what I don't know. Probably BMP-2. Oh, there it is. With all the targets on the minimap, it's hard to keep them all straight. Looks like the tank over there has been immobilized, but it's still in the fight. Oh, we got a little vehicle here, a little technical. Not too much you can do against us. There we go. Nice. Good effects on vehicles there. It looks like the 4 objectives disappeared all of a sudden. Let me, oh, we need to be repaired again. Is there a way to see objectives? Alright. Enemy troops behind wreckage. We've got some, I think those are SU... No, those aren't SU-25s, are they? Don't know enemy aircraft as much. I think they are. Frogfoot, perhaps? Oh. Enemy troops walking up on us. Unfortunately, when you're in the tank, you do have to man all the guns, so you won't be able to... oh, there we go, enemy anti-aircraft gun. You won't be able to rely on the crew to do any sort of defense of the tank. Oh, you know what? We gotta clear these hangars. That's what it is. Each one of these red dots is a black circles is a hangar. We need to clear all the enemy troops out of those. All right. Well, I think we're okay to advance then. So let's prepare to.
Watch out! Some enemy jets are taking off. Shoot them down before they're in the air.
Yeah. So that's one part of this mission. We need to stop enemy jets. Su-25.
This
Stand
is
by.
Iron Base. It's imperative you stop most of the aircraft from departing the base.
I need ammunition. I'm out. Oh no, you don't. I think I got him. I think I saw him get hit. Oh, we lost a man in the tank.
Commander, some of our tank crew just got killed. Be careful, the shrapnel will kill your crew inside the tank, even though the tank is still operational.
Whoa. Gotta be a way to tell the crew to stop bailing out of the tank. They keep going up into the turret there. Hello? Don't give me that look. There we go. All right, Su-25s are probably going to circle around. We need to stop the rest of those from deploying. This is the trickiest part of the mission. Oh, good. We actually got crew members back. Excellent. They were wounded, but not killed, it seems. Or one of them was. All right, so we need to clear the bunkers, but more importantly, stopping those aircraft now is our main objective. Putting a few rounds into the aircraft should do it. Of course, some of them will spawn from off the map, so you got to watch out for that. Oh! That's a big boy. Enemy T-62 and BMP-2. Oh, looks like we have 120mm HE rounds loading now. Good. Oh, not good. I hit the fence. Thought I heard another enemy jet going by.
Another Sukhoi jet taking off. Shoot it down.
Yeah, where is it? I'm more concerned with the jets than anything else. Alright, that quieted him down for a little while. I guess not. Would you relax? I don't think I have any other ammo types to choose from here to eliminate him. Try the 120 again. Oh, he's gone. Uh-oh. Alright, there we go. We got him. Yeah, that vehicle's not going to be destroyed by that. I need to figure out a way to resupply somewhere. We're going to find resupply on the map. Well, with this realism mode, I guess our AI friendlies allies have gotten killed right away. We need support to do anything inside the.
Command armored vehicle has been destroyed.
Well, can we actually use the tank now to actually fight outside the vehicle? Oh, mission failed. Well, we can actually continue and finish it off with the crew if we want to. But there you go. If you want an added challenge, that's a good way to do it. So essentially, the objectives are to finish off, I think, the 4 hangars that are here. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then we need to, I think, defend the airfield. But taking out those SUs is really the most important thing, since if you don't get them when they take off, they'll come back to your tank and cause a little bit of havoc. But a good mission. This is a favorite of mine, especially getting to the airfield and cutting through all those vehicles, which there was quite a few. Looks like most of the Hulks have disappeared. Now there's actually quite a few of them out there. Allies got pretty close, but this was a pretty good defensive line. And I believe there's other missions where we defend the airfield as the GRM forces too. So, all right, I'm going to try, let's go into Conquest Mode a little bit. Combined arms, I should say. Let's go ahead and go back a little bit and try that out. So the campaign is pretty solid. I do like, let's see, I think a couple of my favorites. Yeah, Black Hawk Down is a great one. Rolling Thunder, really good. I also like the Unbreakable and the ambush missions are very fun. Actually, there's a sniper mission I thought around here somewhere. And then also the GRM. Probably one of my favorites there was the one we played earlier, which was Leader's Tears. And then also probably the one with the helicopter, Hawkeye. There it is. Hawkeye, very good. Also, Infidel's Coffin. Very good defensive mission. Probably on the same tier with the Leader's Tears mission. Very cool, where you have to defend the last man. All right, well, let's take a look. There's a new mode that I haven't really played with too much, which is called, let's see, Conquest. Conquer the enemy territories in randomized skirmish battles. So let's go ahead and give that a try. I think this is kind of an offline mode too, but again, there is multiplayer as well, online mode, local games as well, and then skirmish/training, where you can kind of get a hang of things by just kind of playing against the AI, which can be a good challenge if you put them on a high enough setting. So let's go ahead and try to go to a Conquest. I was trying one out earlier. Looks like you can actually name them and pick them up later. That's cool. This time let's go normal, duration normal, resources normal. We'll just go everything normal, and then let's throw hardcore realism on for a little bit of fun. Advanced direct control classic is back, which I think means the top-down mode that a lot of people liked from Men of War Assault Squad. So you can toggle that on and off or disable it completely. I think we'll keep the advanced on because I really like that for sniping and such. So let's just try that. Factions, again, are GRM, the United States, the Rebels, which I remember playing them in multiplayer. They're a lot of fun, as well as the UAF. Haven't given Germany or Russia too much of a try yet, but those two are in here as well. So let's give the Germans a little bit of love and see what they have to offer on the battlefield. Good stuff for the Germans. Great machine guns, wonderful equipment, very well equipped, and very well trained. So I think in this mode, similar to Men of War Assault Squad. No, Men of War Cold War, I think is the name of that one. Yeah, that one always tricks me. I always think it's called Men of War Assault Squad Cold War. But there is this kind of conquest mode from that one, which was a real big appeal for that. So we've got to go through several days of conflict where we pick which German soldiers we want to bring with us, and then they become veteran. And the more we keep them alive throughout multiple skirmishes, the more that they can go through. Essentially, you're fighting through a war where there's several battles. So the longer you keep these troops alive, the more bonus that you get from keeping them with the squad. So let's try Panzer Grenadiers. We also have an MG troop. There's, I think these are like personnel points. Each of them has their own value based on their weapons. So you can't have too good of a group. We'll get a support team in here. Let's get an engineer team and a Schützen group. And, 40 out of 50. So that's actually 13 points. Germans well equipped, so they've got quite a bit of points with them. We'll go with 2 more support teams if we can. Nope, that'll be 48 out of 50. So we'll just go ahead and start with a few points lacking, and then we can call out some other troops for veterans later. Let's see how this works. The starting map is also random. There's good 1v1 maps in the game for a lot of these modes. They're used quite frequently then, and I think there was a first-person mode you could play in multiplayer as well. That was kind of like a battle royale mode, so to speak. It was more like you could, it was you fighting in first-person direct control mode against other players, which was quite interesting. It's kind of a fun way to cleanse your palate if you're getting tired of the RTS but wanted to make use of the first-person modes. Okay, so it looks like we have to capture this one zone here. So German forces moving into what seems to be like a facility and have to lock it down against the rebels. So let's move. So German forces will go in there. Looks like the enemy's arriving quickly. This is going to be good for machine gun territory for sure. No German actors at the moment, it seems, for voice acting. Oh, we got men down already. Ah, there we go. Okay, we do have medics with us. I'm spamming that key. There we go. Looks like he can't return fire through the gate. There we go. Ooh, this mode is going to be messy. Wow, these are just regular rebel soldiers. They're wrecking us. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of them, man. Gotta find a good spot to set up this MG. Unfortunately, I don't think our troops have a medic with them. So I should have probably called him out in retrospect. This is a much more unique mode than I've played before. Luckily we hold the flag though, but at great cost. We just need to get to cover. That's brutal. Hence the realism, I guess. Wow, they're gonna overwhelm us. Well, that's it. Last man. Oh, actually, here was our medic back here. Oh, darn it. Guess I didn't see him. He blended into the landscape too well. Oh, we're gonna get overrun. Oh, this man's on his last legs. Enemy's like completely overrunning us. This is cool. I need to get a vehicle though. I think we might be able to get that later in the battle. I am completely unprepared for this mode. This is cool. Good challenge here. Our medic is down right away too. Always the first one to be shot in these games is the medic. You always want to bring up a medic, and then when you have a chance, it's always rip and GG. To any time he's called out. Oh, he's down too. Wow, these are just regular rebel soldiers. These guys are very powerful. Oh, that's it. Wow. We were absolutely wiped out. Well, except for we have reinforcements here, but that's not going to be enough to do it. Let's try that again. I want to try to restart the combat mode now that we have a little bit more of an understanding. Oh, this is good too. The game comes with some sort of supply boxes too, which I can't quite remember what they unlock or what they do. Wow, that was brutal. Let's I want to completely redo that one. That was horrible on my end. Do you want to exit the conquest? Yeah, I want to check the market here a little bit just to see what we got here. Oh yeah, there's XP boosts and things to unlock more stuff later in the game, which is kind of cool, like camos and other things that you can do for I think you can put some of these labels and stuff on your troops if you're in multiplayer, Germans and whatnot. There's some neat aspects to it, but I don't quite know exactly how it works. Let's try Conquest again. I got destroyed. That is awesome. That was just on medium, like normal, so that's a good challenge. Let's try the Germans again. We'll do that hardcore realism. We'll keep everything the same and see if I can actually try it again. Folsomjägers, I wonder why they're locked. Oh, unlocked in round 3. Okay. So we can actually take a look at sniper teams, scouts, engineers, elites. And there should be vehicles down here. Yeah, I didn't even try them because there's not really much to start with that are too good. Well, except for, oh, these are all, oh, they do have some vehicles. Nah, I don't know if we want to call that out though. But helicopters we can use later. Very cool. All right, let's go back with some of the infantry again at the start. We definitely need those Panzer Grenadiers again. We need more of those troops. And let's try that again. Now, does the support team come with a medic? Let's see. I can't quite tell what's in a support team. It shows me what the infantry look like. That's really cool. But I can't tell who's a medic. Support team does seem to have G36s, I believe. That's cool. And if we call in a vehicle, that's going to be way too expensive, I think. Let's try a vehicle this time and see if we fare any different. Rebels might be able to wreck us just the same. Oh, there's the logo on the side of the vehicle, too. So things that we did make custom do come in here. Looks like we actually have pulled out one of the Panzer Grenadiers, try to get the Dingo in there. And let's try to get a couple of fire... Actually, can I get a machine gun troop in there? There we go. That's much more better. All right. And this one is, I believe, the construction map. So it seems like this mode might start out as like a 1v1 mode and then get a little bit bigger as you go on. So the maps will get bigger, and it seems like we might also see the map get bigger, and then also like the battles get bigger, so we'll get more points to play with. This is a really cool new mode. I want to see more of this now. Oh, there we go. Now we got a vehicle to play with, loaded with 2 troops as well. Okay, we might fare a little bit better this time. Now this was just on normal. My goodness, imagine like playing against heroic. That's just it should be horrific, not heroic mode, because that's just going to be one hard battle to watch. It's just going to be death after death. Okay, here comes the enemy troops. Let's get our boys down. We're just going to have to hold the line. I got to keep an eye on it if we have a medic. Seems like the machine gun group does have a medic with them. Or this group over here. The plus on top of the symbol of the squad shows that they do have a medic with them. One of our men is down compared to 5 or 6 enemy troops already. Germans don't really have a lot of cover over here. Let's push into the factory now. Now, I don't know if the game yet has any sort of implements in multiplayer for example, off-map strikes such as artillery or aircraft, but there are mortars and such that you can use, and ZPUs, you know, other anti-aircraft guns that we've seen before. All right, let's take first-person control of this machine gunner. If you're familiar with the German army, they have stuck to their design of the MG42, making the MG3, which is widely used as essentially their, it's almost like their M2 Browning. It doesn't have the same capability, but it's almost mounted onto every vehicle. Oh yeah, come get some. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah, this is why the 1v1 direct control mode was pretty fun, but it was often quick that you would die because it's not a first-person shooter, but the fact that the developer put in the ability to play first-person in a mode is actually kind of cool. Although it almost feels a little bit like playing GoldenEye, which isn't an insult. That was good. A lot of people still playing GoldenEye out there. All right, let's see what we can do here. So this is your third person, first person, and then ADS. We're faring a lot better this time around. I guess I brought a better unit composition. Where are these bad guys at? I don't want to go too far. Let's check inside the crate, see if we got weapons and ammo. He has to go over to that side to do it? No, don't. No. Okay. Okay, let's set up our machine gun in a good spot. When you play this game enough, you will learn about grenade spam. You will learn how to spread your troops out and how to use cover appropriately through experience. If you're an experienced Men of War Assault Squad player, then you'll know how important that is in that game, and it carries over to Call to Arms as well. Obviously, modern armies fight with all sorts of weaponry, not just weapons, you know, gun types, but also with little gadgets and improvised explosives and things like that. Even though by that I mean more like a drone. It's not your conventional type of weapon. We're not talking bombs anymore. Okay, we now hold this center, so I guess interesting how I've turned it around from our previous battle. The enemy had 29 points before we were able to capture, so we just need to sit through a few waves of counterattacks. I'm assuming the enemy will get some more waves to call up troops. Unfortunately, we lost one man, so we lost a Panzer Grenadier there in the fight, and we couldn't give him medical attention, so unfortunately he's down, but we're faring a lot better than we did last time. I don't know if it was just the map or what, but we were really outgunned last time. I don't know if this vehicle's really made much of a difference. I haven't seen it shooting too much, but let's give it a shot, literally. Yeah, that first-person mode is great. These guys have crazy armor. We're in hardcore mode, and these guys are taking 50 cal shots to the chest. But I guess that's what you get when you're fighting against elites. They got to give them a little bit more of an angle somehow. These guys look a little bit more well-equipped than the rebels that we faced last time. There we go. Nice headshot. And, of course, thermal mode, too. Oh, nice. Wiped out. All right. Just got to hang out for a little while. I like this mode. This is definitely... it feels like a randomized campaign is what it feels like. You're not necessarily playing Skirmish because all the stuff that you do carries over. So it's more like a continuous campaign that takes place over several different maps and battles, rather than just kind of like a quick, doesn't matter, you know, like 1v1 mode or just a regular combat mode. Multiplayer or Skirmish. This has got a little extra flavor to it, and that's nice. All right, I don't know if the enemy's going to come out. It would be good if... I think there is a trigger in the game where if the enemy doesn't call out troops by a certain time, the game does come to an end. So if the AI doesn't call out troops fast enough, that could spell the end for them. This would be a good multiplayer mode, though. I believe if you're looking for a PvP experience, though, there's more than just multiplayer in terms of like fighting each other. This game has some good modes, including one of my favorites being the there's a mode where you have to defend your base and the enemy has to defend theirs as well. It's kind of like forward operating bases. bunkers that are kind of square, and you have to defend those while you also capture positions on the map. But the traditional capture the flag mode is kind of here in terms of capturing caches in that mode. And then there's also, as I mentioned, there's combined arms mode too, where it's helicopters and tanks versus each other rather than infantry, like we just played previously. Well, looks like we kicked the enemy's butt this time around. Only taking one loss, but I guess for the Germans that's a pretty tremendous loss since manpower is at a premium. It's the technology and the weaponry that they have that's almost unlimited due to their mechanical ability, but the enemy is able to still throw some good stuff at us. Lots of enemy troops down. Look at that. Each one of those is an enemy fighter with a mix of AK-47s, RPGs, M16s. I think there's even weapons like the Mosin in the game, too. There's insurgents and such that you can call out to get some cheap infantry, which are great for flanking or for distracting the enemy, so that's pretty good. As I mentioned, though, there's combined arms. Desert Airfield is probably one of our most favorite that we've played before when we've made videos and live streams on those. A lot of people like to join in for the tank v tank battles. So the maps are much larger than any one that we've seen before. In fact, the airfield map that we just played on is about the size of those combined arms maps, and even bigger than that too. So it's good to see. So multiplayer will be receiving some updates soon as well to be more reliable. By default, Call to Arms is a lot more smooth than Men of War, and it's been getting better as well. So there's a lot of really smooth gameplay in this one that even carries over to the campaign too. So AI normal, wow, 29 kills there and 1 loss for us. That's really good. All right. Very cool. So, it looks like there's actual personal progress. Use standard settings to gain XP. Do not quit games. I think that unlocks some other stuff that you can use in multiplayer, perhaps, although I think that could also be unlocked. I think there's modes to lock things via XP, but then also you can turn that off. So it looks like one of our Panzer Grenadiers was wounded or, well, killed in this case, so 4 out of 5. So I wonder if there's a way to replenish. Resupply all for 195. I wonder where we see our points and such. So this is day 2 of the conflict. You can see that we're winning based off of our battles won versus battles lost, though I don't know exactly how far it's going to go into it. But that's cool. So the next one will be Desert Camp. So it shows you what the map looks like. And then, of course, that it's a single player. But you can do it in a cooperative where you can play with friends. So that's cool, too. So there's a co-op mode where you and a friend can play against the AI, too. That's really neat. So that's good. The Germans, what do they have for tanks? Leopard 2A5, 2A4, Puma, Martyr 1, and then a lot of the light German wheeled vehicles are here, including the Weasel, which is really fun for the AT weapon. That's really fun. I love that one. Okay, well, let's go and try some other stuff, too. I want to actually see what a quick, like, 1v1 skirmish is like. This is... Again, the Conquest Mode is similar to a skirmish with just some added features to it, but now I want to see what the AI can do in just a single-player battle, so let's give that a try. We can play online modes as well, but I'm going to just try to keep it rolling with the single-player now, so let's try a skirmish, which is technically online, but technically offline too, since you're playing against AI. But all the things that you see here you can do in multiplayer too. So, for example, the King of the Hill mode, or the Armored Combat, or the Combined Arms, as I mentioned. Heroes mode is the first-person mode that I was mentioning. Very fun. I like that. This map looks new. Domination 1v1 Bridge. Interesting. I think I want to do this one, but I wish I could play against more players. I don't know if I can... I think it is limited to the number, so even though it's a 2v or 1v1 map, we can only do 1v1 players. Oil field, a lot of classics here. A lot of new stuff added, too, since I last played. Riverbed power plant. Yeah, let's try that bridge map out. And let's try a different faction, too, just for fun. I just want to see what happens here. So, resistance is going to be... Let's do a normal AI, but we'll play on hardcore realism if we can. There it is. And then let's see if we can set that to be. So when you set up a multiplayer match, you can do alliances where if you want to play coalition or resistance, essentially it's like US and UAF versus rebels and GRM, and then German and Russia. Like you can play as whatever faction you want, depending on what you set it as. So let's try the Russians now. We haven't seen them before. Let's go against the rebels, who we haven't seen either. We did see the UAF a little bit in the campaign, so let's see how this kind of plays out. We could get wrecked, or we could win in 5 minutes. Who knows? It all depends on, I guess, what happens in the initial call-outs. Very important in this game. Lots of units that you can call out. Lots of individual units, too. As you saw earlier, the MG unit was really expensive and very important because the MG3 can just lock down a sector, but you only get 3 men for that. So it's like manpower, and specialization versus lots of men with just rifles in order to flank. Okay, so we have a little bit of time to prepare what we call out here. Looks like our map is kind of gobbling up that guy's face. There we go. So Russian troops here with their, I guess, their traditional names. And we have our mortar here. Wow, a lot of stuff I haven't seen before. I have not played with the Russians before. Oh, let's go back over here. And again, no voice acting for these troops yet, but I'm assuming it'll be, it's probably lower on the priority list for the developer, as playability and functionality are more important than voice acting for the moment. But this is a very familiar area. Wow, this feels like playing Squad or something like that. Very nice. Feels like there's a lot of inspiration from other games that I take an interest in, though I don't play enough because I'm more of an RTS guy. All right, we got contacts on the bridge. Those are the rebel forces. It's almost like playing a Call of Duty 4 match, Modern Warfare. All right, let's see if we can get our boys to heal up. Take a knee, gentlemen. So support teams seem to come with a medic, so that's what you want to call out if you're trying to deal with a situation where you need to heal up. Enemy's already capturing the flank over here. They're already flanking us. We better fall back. It's not going to be a good situation for the Russians. We're being outmatched in the middle and outflanked in the right side, so let's go left. Always good in these games to continue to try to flank the enemy. If you're playing multiplayer, it's always a good idea to probe around and see if you can find weaknesses in the enemy's defenses and patrols and where they've set up, lookouts and hard points. So if you can't win somewhere, just go elsewhere and build up your power that way. An interesting mode in the game, too, though we're playing Domination, which is kind of about capturing the flag, is one game mode, though I can't quite remember the name of it at the moment. We did see it earlier, is the one I was mentioning with the FOBs, where the more of the map you control and the more satchels and supply depots that you capture, the more points that you get to continue your advance. So it really helps you to kind of advance that way, too. We got a vehicle that we can call out. We can get some veteran units or some VDV. Let's go ahead and try some veterans now. We'll capture the left and lock that down with our troops. And of course, spread out because of grenades. And let's see if there's anything we can actually capture at these positions. Oh, I see. It's these two trying to exchange their supplies. Okay. Yeah, in this game, you can also pick up weapons from enemy soldiers. If you'd like to, you can search bodies for grenades or med kits, and you can even trade things between your soldiers. So if somebody's got an AT, you saw me doing that during the campaign. If you need, if you need to transfer weapons and ammo from the rear, you can have one soldier go back on pickup duty, grab all the things that are needed, and then bring it back to the front and distribute. However, when you are in a situation where you're under fire, it might be a little difficult to manage all of that while you're also managing your troops. Okay. Let's try to launch an attack with our vehicle and the veteran troops at the same time. So let's have our Russians lay down here and take cover behind this wall. There's also wildlife in this game, too, that I haven't seen much before. There's birds and goats and other things that will walk or crawl around and can be killed in fire. So it's always funny when a goat or a donkey or something walks out in front of your machine gunner and all you see is the pink mist. And you always get a kick out of that. Oh, rebels are trying to attack this position again. They're trying to go up on these rocks. This is like me when I play Call of Duty. I just keep going to the same spot and getting walloped every time. Alright, let's go into first-person mode over here and see how the Russians look. So they're carrying the AK-74M. And they have iron sights here. I believe the better the troops, the more accessories they'll get too, including like grenade launchers and things. Why can we not buy one of these? Are we maxed out for some reason? I wanted to call out another a vehicle now, but I wonder if we're maxed out on manpower. Let's peek up over the edge then. Forget exactly how to read this. 25 out of 35 CP. Manpower is... So CP is 14. Oh, it increases as the... Okay, I see. Alright, so we are able to get this vehicle. All right, the party bus is coming up. Whoa, careful, party bus. Oh, good. It actually destroys the rock. I thought it was going to roll. Yeah, all rock, no roll there. All right, so I want to... whoa, careful there. Let's engage these enemy troops. So friendly riflemen can engage. There we go. Let them have it, boys. So the rebels are very good, and same with the GRM and some other factions, at capturing quickly because they have more manpower, so they can be everywhere at once. But eventually, with better technology, you can actually eliminate the enemy from afar, cut down on their numbers, and then lock down the position. So it seems like the Germans, Russians, and Americans are kind of late to the party when it comes to capturing territory, but they bring the best equipment. Though this can be destroyed easily by an RPG or a BMP. Looks like one of our boys is down. He must have got grenaded. How did that happen? We got a medic over here? It doesn't matter. He's dead. He died to death. All right, let's go over here and capture. So we now have 2 of the 3 flags. We can let the enemy have 1, but we should also keep a man over here to keep an eye on the enemy. So if we could, it'd be good to have a support team maybe inside this house to peek down the road and keep an eye on the enemy. Be a perfect opportunity for them to flank us here on this hill and or over on this side of that, I guess, this barn. Oh, the enemy's coming up this way. Oh, we got another man down now. Wow, we zapped them good. Alright, we do need to get a medic up here. I don't know if a support team will arrive in time to heal this man, but let's see if we can heal up our comrade and see if we can do something for him. I don't think veterancy increases heal time either, so for example, you get a medic that's a veteran from a lot of kills or a lot of heals. I don't think that speeds up his time to heal, just the accuracy in their weapons, I think. Alright, let's get a medic up to that man. Units need medical training, so for example, the U.S. Navy SEALs do have the ability to heal friendly soldiers, Marines and such, come with combat training that way to heal under fire. So they can actually do that. Oh, another man down. And another man down because he wasn't able to get medical treatment in time. Nope, he's actually up. I thought he was dead. And he's healing up the rest of the way. Excellent. Now, Russian uniforms look really good. A lot of the times when I see or take screenshots in this game, it really does look like a first-person shooter. So it is nice that there are development tools in here to make some missions play out like a first-person shooter, or at least a first-person experience, like the tank mission that we saw moments ago. Driving vehicles is pretty slick, although when you're in a tight neighborhood, it is not easy to navigate sometimes. Alright, we got the vehicle here ready to go. This gives us some good coverage too, since there's a large object blocking the direct line of sight on that vehicle. Could be hard for the enemy to pop it with a RPG. Let's get another support team over here for medic, though. They'll probably be too late. We'll see, though. It's always a good idea to have a support team near a squad, just to, hence the name, support. Emotionally, sometimes get them a coffee. Let them know they're, a valued member of the team. Interesting, AI unit opening up on us, but not able to return fire. Look at all those bodies there. Gee, and some probably fell in the water, too. I can't even see where that guy's shooting. Yeah, so when I play first person, there's elements of squad in here and just all sorts of other games. There's a little bit of care taken to this to make it not only feel like an RTS, but an FPS at the same time. More games need to combine this, but a lot of them just seem to be afraid to be something more than just an RTS. A little ballsy to be able to fly a helicopter and be able to, fly across the map and blow up a bunch of, multiplayer vehicles and something like that. Looks like we have at our disposal a AT weapon, although it's not popping up. This is all new to me, so I haven't seen a lot of these things before, except for the Cord 650, which I believe is I think it's just as it says, a mounted machine gun, basically. We have our Conquerors, which is a BRDM-2M, essentially an ATGM mounted onto a minivan, military minivan. And then, of course, the ability to call in helicopter troops, too. In fact, when you play Combined Arms and some other game modes, you'll actually be able to drop off troops from a helicopter and use the helicopter as a support, too. So if you call up, for example, let's say some Marines, and you drop them off in a chopper, you can then fly back and pick up regular Army troops, or fly troops back and forth to the front. Maybe even supplies, too. We have too much CP now. Let's try to attack the center. And try to take 3 of these men, 4 of these men, over to this position. Let's try to clear in first person. Let's see what happens. Let's take our man up front. Point man here. Oh, wait, is he a medic? Oh, I don't want to mess with him. This guy's a medic, too. Or one of these guys. Oh, here we go. Ah, there we go. Wow, it's very windy here, too. Good weather effects. The audio in the game is sounding like it's very windy, and the map actually matches that, too, so that's really nice. Sometimes there's just sound effects to make it not seem empty, but this actually seems real. Oh, whoa, whoa, big enemy wave. Big wave. Back it up, boys. Broken sickle. Call it all in. Fall back. It'd be nice if we get some sort of airstrike here, like maybe an artillery or aircraft to fly over and provide support. That'd be nice. VDV are the next level of troops that we can call out. Those are super cool. Looks like we don't have the CP for that. It seems that the CP is slowly increasing as the battle goes on, so it limits the amount of troops that we can bring out so nobody gets totally overwhelmed. It's for balancing purposes, so the enemy can't just swarm the map with troops, which is cool. You need to be more strategic that way. And a lot of games are doing that now. For example, Steel Division and Steel Division 2, other great RTS games that feature World War II, but this one, again, being more modern. It seems like a lot of players are favoring that now, where things are kind of a little more paced, so you have to be more strategic about your thinking without being base building. Essentially, base building games used to do that, where it was all based on, you know, what kind of vehicles you could build were based off of what kind of buildings you could have, and that was controlled by the economy, which this game has as well in terms of manpower and CP, which I think is control or command points. And of course, the more that you have of that, the more vehicles and units you can call out. But you don't want to be able to spam the map with just like constant Spetsnaz troops, otherwise it becomes unplayable. So it's good for balancing. Let's call out Spetsnaz now, though, and see what they can do. We'll go ahead and close up shop here and roll up right up to the enemy's spawn point, see if we can cause some big damage here. It's been a while since I played Call to Arms, but it comes right back to me naturally, since it does play like some of the other RTSs that we feature on the YouTube channel there that you see in the links. And head over this way. Looks like there's no more enemy troops. Let's take a look at the Spetsnaz while we wait. See what they look like. What kind of weapons they receive. Oh, right. The VSS is a very good sniper rifle. In this game, it's quite deadly. Wow, even dust and stuff. Let's shoot some of the wall here. Oh yeah, look at that. Just dust kicking off from everything that gets shot. Very good. Now, if we were playing against a player at this point, the player would probably be more aggressive in terms of using grenades and trying to flank our troops. Though we might overpower the AI with the amount of troops that we have, a player would be more intelligent in terms of using grenades and sneaking around, just like rebels would do. They're not going to face a army up front, otherwise this is going to happen. So they'll be a little bit more cautious. Alright, our team is winning. Just a few more points and then we'll be done here. So this is our traditional capture the flag mode, and the nice thing about this as well is each position has a fob around it, or like an ammo dump, where all troops can be resupplied. And so if you need to, if you fought really hard to get a position, you can actually resupply here without having to fall back and spend your points on ammunition. 59 enemy troops killed, 4 on our side. Wow, that's got to be a absolute victory for us. Fantastic. More XP for that one. Very good. Very good indeed. All right, so let's take a look now at, I'm going to close this out and go back to maybe another single-player mission. I want to play another, I really like this campaign, and this is a good opportunity for me to go back. I want to try Infidel's Coffin, since this one is quite fun. I hope I didn't put that one on easy. I hope it's on, like, at least normal. Any higher challenge, normal is pretty good for a challenge and getting through the story. Anything higher than that is more about, like, nail-biting precision, where every shot counts. And one miss could be the end of the campaign. But as you've seen, there's quite good timing on the autosaves by completing it per objective. So in this mission, as I can remember, we've somehow been pushed back to this city where we need to defend against advancing enemy troops, and it's important for us to set up
The city lies in ruins,
detailed
but
defense.
we have a strong fortified position at the river.
All right, so here's
Take
the river.
command over the northwestern part of this front line, Commander.
Oh yeah, a character from the game
The
called
commanders
the Courier.
Alabi and Qureshi order the troops from your position to the south. You're all tasked to hold the position as long as possible. Do not retreat without orders.
Okay. So we're commanding this small section here. Basically just almost like one couple of squads and some small defenses. I guess we'll just spread everyone out. 4 minutes. We should be able to set up mines somehow. Let's see here. Ah, here we are. Engineers. And they're able to set up claymores. It's good to set up claymores wherever the enemy might take cover. So here they could get some positions to open fire on us, so put your claymores there. And if you want to set up more than one at a time, if you hold shift, you'll be able to indicate where you want multiple claymores to set up, which can save you time. Good atmosphere. I thought we had one more person laying mines. It looks like we're out here. We have access to a BTR-82A and regular infantry, so I suppose we'll call out the BTR now. And then we'll call up the infantry as reinforcements if some of these troops die. Now, if we have engineers at our disposal, we can build some defenses here too. So where this diamond with the shield in it is, that's where these troops can build extra defenses, such as machine guns, ATGMs, and more. I think that's also in certain multiplayer modes too. Let's get our boys locked down for a bit. Let's get another engineer to build another bunker here. And there's the BTR. Good, he can cover over here. Now these are the types of missions I really admire in this game, is the impending doom, where it seems like the situation is lost and we have to hold the line. And this mission is quite lengthy too. There's a little bit more to this than just hold line and then GG. We will be tasked with a few different things, as I can recall. Pretty good mission. There we are. And in most games, I do appreciate single player a bit more than multiplayer, because multiplayer, you know, you understand what it's like to be competitive. You just want to win. But to make a good single player campaign, you have to be immersed, and it has to be believable, and there needs to be a few elements in order for people to truly feel as if they're a part of the situation going on. There we are. Okay, so that is a ZPU-2 there. So essentially it's a really good 14.5 millimeter cannon, which can rip through pretty much everything except for tanks. So infantry that happens to go up into these buildings for cover are going to have a tough time being under fire from that thing. And it looks like the engineer over here has made a machine gun. What, Cord 650 maybe? Or a 6P50? Yep, okay. So let's get the other engineer on that too. Engineers are good at also not only laying mines, but repairing vehicles and building those defenses, so they do have a purpose. And, wow, look at that. We have tons more claymores that we can set up. So we'll just have him go out there and set these up here. Looks like he has 14 at his disposal. Let's go ahead and mine the heck out of this area. I think that's 14 then. One man should be able to do that just in the nick of time. We do have additional regular infantry to call up. I'll call them up back here just in case there's an objective to prevent flanking or something along those lines. Wow, look at that. Friendlies are just kind of relaxing a little bit. Really cool. I honestly feel like I'm flying over like a Call of Duty mission or something like that. It's really nicely detailed to see all these characters kind of just like, you know, hanging out in an HQ or something like that in between. Really neat. Alright, let's set up our men here to defend. These troops actually look really cool. Are they all in Adidas, or is this their uniform? Look at this guy here. Looks like he's. Oh wait, actually he has his hat on backward. Oh no, he's actually got a do-rag tied to his head. Awesome. A lot of difference in all these troops. Obviously they're wearing
With these new
uniforms.
reinforcements and supplies, we might have a chance to hold this position.
Yeah. All right.
Quiet.
Oh.
What's that sound?
Everybody, look what's
Sound the
going
alarm.
on.
Hostile helicopters incoming.
Oh, we got our ZPU ready for that. And also the BTR.
Sir, the remaining troops are at your command. Pahlavi and Qureshi are dead, and enemy forces are approaching toward our positions.
American Apaches. Alright, now we get command of the whole battlefield. Unexpectedly, friendly commanders were killed. Let's get a medic on this guy. Alright, we got to hold for 10 minutes now against constant enemy attacks. These are American forces, I believe? Yep. Okay, we'll see if we can get that medic on the line here quickly. Right side's really good. Left side now is a bit undefended since we didn't get the order. Let's call up the tank. Goodbye. Now the explosions are absolutely solid. It's good to see a vehicle completely just rip apart, especially when it's been hit hard enough. That second machine gun wasn't set up just yet, but it looks like the minefield is down. Get somebody on that machine gun. AT soldier. There we go. Alright, left flank's gonna fold if we're not careful. Technical with an SPG. Little out of range, though. Too few troops on the left side. Let's get those reinforcements over there. Yeah, something about this just feels important. I want more missions like this. Yeah, we're just dropping into the middle of the campaign, and it feels very important for whatever reason to defend this position. It feels life or death. That's where normally it would just kind of be cool to see it play out. Alright, enemy vehicle there spotted, reloading. Fire! Oh damn, ATGM hit that. Wow, the enemy's been decimated. There's not too much infantry left. Marines are displacing and moving out from... Wait, oh, these are just regular U.S. soldiers. Never mind. M1126s. There were Marines on here earlier, though. Where did they go? Do see LAVs and other transports. MATV, M240 on top. Really comparable to the German and Russian light armor like that as well. A little more heavily armored than the standard Humvee. And we have ourselves some heavy armor finally. M1A2 Abrams. Looking good. Look at that. That is just awesome. There's a way to look at the game my Look at that. That is just beautiful. I'm good. Hold on. This is just for me. There we go. A couple of Kodak moments to bring back home. Let's see if we can get him to shoot. Yeah, there you go. He'll be destroyed soon. So don't blink. Wow, look at that. Each individual sprocket, each wheel of the tread is actually responding to the crater as well. There's not many games that do that. Usually they clip through the bottom, and there's not really much you can do about it. But this is great. That is cool. One of the more popular mod creators for Men of War and Call to Arms really admires when tanks do that as well. It's a really cool effect. And our tank is wrecked. Speaking of effect, good effect on target from that US tank. That one's going to be a heavy vehicle to destroy. What do we got for weapons here? We do have an AT-6 here. Or, sorry, AT-5 Spandrel. Seems to be way too far away from that tank, though. He's missing. He's trying to use, I think this is wire-guided. And I can't even see the tank from here, so good luck hitting that. Vehicle has been tracked, though. So it's been hit by something. We might be able to get in there with our technical. Let's see if we can get him with the technical. Watch our mini-map and see what we can do to drive in here and cause some trouble. Come up behind that tank like I was mentioning. And see if we can take advantage of the weaker armor in the disabled vehicle. Oh, no, you don't. Wow, that is some good armor. Our crew's been eliminated by U.S. soldiers moving up. Man, that tank's got to go somehow. Ooh, we got hit. And the back of his track is now down. Wow, he's double tracked in the same track. That's awesome. Both the front and the rear track have been disabled. Sections of the track there. That's crazy. Right side still holding pretty good. Don't know if I want to risk the BTR at this point. Our other BTR was smashed on this right side. Probably buy that vehicle over here. Wow, their attacks are becoming very fierce. Look at this for just a moment. That's crazy. Alright, well right now we're watching Call to Arms, the movie. It's a pretty good movie. I wonder if any of our men have access to a Vampire. One of the supply trucks might have it. Though I have a feeling that this regular AT soldier with the RPG is not going to be effective. Let's get a medic over here. I believe if you also click on soldiers to heal them and hold the right click, that he'll heal them in succession of when you've asked them to be healed. So if you have a priority person you want to heal first, second, and third, you can have medics do that. Alright, 3 minutes left on the defense. Let's set up some defense over here. Only thing really surviving now is that tank. It's being a pest. But it is also locked down by our troops. Not really many places he can go. Looks like we're in between attacks here. There's some of that Semtex. Slash composite C4. Looks like another wave of enemy troops is coming. It's going to be a little difficult to sneak up to that tank with a couple more squads coming to save the tank. Yeah, look at that. That's really amazing how it bends to the earth like that. I don't see many RTS games doing that. Is our tank ready? Let's try getting our tank operational again. right, boys. Give them a couple rounds on us. Looks like the hull of our tank is still damaged, but the gun should be working. Oh, there it goes. So I believe the engine or the hydraulics are disabled, but the turret or the gun is still able to function. Finally, that tank destroyed. Crew is bailing. Finally, we got it. All right, right side defense doing good. Is this AT weapon out of ammo? It is. Okay. Wow, we got our one engineer over here who placed mines. He survived the entire time. That's where I put him. Now let's retreat to the line. So our tank is partially operational. Let's see if we can continue to repair it. I do like how medics function differently in this game than other, I guess, predecessors or cousin-like games. I also like how the engineers are put to use to either repair vehicles or to build defenses, and they have a specific use that makes them valuable in that sense, but yet they can still be effective on in combat or on the field of battle. 54 seconds remain on the defense. The American attack, I guess, has been wiped out. It came in really good with air support, but then they didn't really want to finish. It was kind of like, hey, we want to capture this position, but we don't want to spend a lot of money. So they just got the one airstrike, and that was it. All right, we do have the 14.5 millimeter weapon here. Uh-oh, what is this? Another tank? Oh, good. Last thing I need is another tank. Try to drive up here with the BTR. Let's see if the suspension does the same thing too. I'm really curious to see that, because it's a super minor detail that does not have to be here at all. And there it is. You can see the wheels going up over each little ridge. That's love.
Retreat to the city center and establish a second line of defense.
Retreat?
Leave some men spread out in the city to hold back enemy forces until the new line of defense is established.
Oh. All right, we got to retreat now. How do I get out of first-person control? There we go. All right, so the new objective then to defend new field headquarters. Okay. Well, it's time to leave. Enemy artillery will wipe us out, or aircraft or whatnot, so we need to leave. So that was just like a scouting party, I guess.
Retreat with all your men past the train tracks.
Yeah, we're on it. We got to leave now. That was just phase 1 of the defense. I think this tank is wiped out. I don't think I can do any more repairs on this. We'll leave it as a sacrifice to buy time for the infantry to retreat. The enemy will have to destroy it or bypass it, and that'll save us a little bit of time since they'll be doing some shooting. All right, all friendlies look like they're on their way back for the most part, and we'll see if we can set up phase 2 of defenses. So now those BMPs that were the AT weapons that we're firing will be more effective, since the enemy will close in on them. Looks like there's another place to build defenses too, so let's get some engineer teams going. Get some more AT teams going. We'll call out everybody here.
The morale of your men in the first line is declining. Make sure every man has left the river defenses.
Yeah, right.
Otherwise, they are about to surrender soon.
Yeah, if you don't call back the troops, they will surrender. We do have a mortar here. Can we bring that with us? See if it's got ammunition. If you press I, you can also check the individual inventory of soldiers and vehicles and supply, any sort of supply truck. So it could be really helpful for checking out if something's worth salvaging or leaving on the line if you need to. Okay, this guy's on an AT weapon. A lot of these guys are just going to surrender, I think. Okay, let's start preparing defenses. So we got to find that mechanic squad or the combat engineers. There we go. And is there another bunker around here? Yep. Oh wait, we need to defend there. We're looking for a white symbol. That's where we can build stuff. So it looks like only there that we can build a bunker. Okay. Otherwise, we can put down AT, but... Or, I mean, mines. Wow, now we gotta hold for another 20 minutes? You gotta be kidding me. Alright, well, that's the order. Oh, look at that. They actually used a excavator in order to dig a pit and then put tank traps in there. Creative. And it actually is a large line here, too, in this square. Alright, so we're really hauling back, I think, a little too far. Let's bring up these troops for our first line defense. We're going to have 2 lines here, then, because we get a discount because we're with Sprint. So if you get 2, you get a free phone as well. No, we're going to put up 2 defensive lines so that way we can hold against the initial wave, and the enemy will more than likely sneak past that, trying to get to our second line defenses, and then we'll just go ahead and add some troops to stop them in the back. These guys are probably a little less elite. Let's see. Looks like they're just regular soldiers. There are way too many in that building. If a grenade or something lands up there, they're gone. I love the defenses in this city, though. There's like wrecked buildings made out of essentially just cinder blocks, and like it looks like part construction, part war zone. We see tires there just blocking the path. Anything, rebar, concrete. There's these obstacles that are usually used to stop water from eroding coastlines and stuff. Oh, there we go. Some trouble already. We've got a LAV 25mm firing at our troops already. I want to essentially buy myself time in order to hold the line here. Looks like the bunker has been completed. Let's put our troops into defense around this. I think our troops might be able to get up on top of this building. Yes, they can. Oh, that's cool. Some of the collapsed rubble allows them to just walk right up there and cover the large, I guess the park or whatever was here, the plaza. That's a good open area to set up defenses. So make sure nobody can just directly run in. So in these types of strategy games, you've got to continuously build your defense. While the enemy's attacking, you want to make sure that you're also focused on building secondary defenses. Just in, you're essentially building like a quadruple gated community, just in case they get past the first gate. It's VIPs only, and you don't want any of these nerds in there. You want only cool. This only for the cool kids. So you don't want them in here. So it's good to have multiple lines of defense, especially if an LAV-25 wipes out a squad. This one's doing a pretty good job of it. But now, made the mistake of coming close enough to where we can take it out with AT. So let's have our men on the line here. We'll try to take this out first person. We've seen the power of the Vampire before. So this thing is going to suck the life out of U.S. armor. I think that was a kill. Wow, they just replace it with another vehicle. Alright, let's take another shot. There we go. Light vehicles are being shredded. 16 minutes left on the defense. That is insanity. If you, in single player 2, anything with the GEM engine has the ability to speed up single player missions as well. So if you ever happen to finish a defense and you're bored and want the enemy to attack, you can always, I believe in this, press backspace, and then you can bring up the time controls, which let you speed up or slow down time. Perfect for taking screenshots or watching things in slow motion. Nice to see everything play out. Enemy is rolling tanks up the middle. We've got an Abrams right in the center. Better find our AT man. There we go. There we go. Putting a little hurt on that tank. Oh, oh, oh. Vehicle is still operational, it seems. Let's finish it off. Wow. What the hell's going on over there? tank has finally been finished off. At least it's out of the fight. Most of the crew is either dead or injured. There's still crew inside of it, and it could be able to shoot, but it's not going anywhere. I'm hearing a grenade launcher out here somewhere. Oh, it's the Bradley. Lovely. Alright, we're going to crawl up here to the tree and see if we can actually spread out a little bit, cover the alleyway. To the left here. Enemies might be able to get up this way. A couple of our squad leaders are up there watching the battle. Well, the enemy's not made it to our final line yet, so it's good that we've slowed them down out just before the clock tower here, the main intersection. What is this weapon? Oh, we actually have snipers here. Good. We have a machine gun there that I didn't see before. Wow, some of these guys are running around in coats and jackets. This guy is technically an insurgent. And there's the, oh, Lee Enfield. Yeah, they have, like, Lee Enfield rifles. That's really cool. Oh, we got more troops approaching. Hold on. Now we can use some of these craters for defense and spread out our men. There's not a lot of cover here, but we don't want to be all in the same spot. Sometimes laying down in an open area where the enemy has to funnel into attack is just as valuable as being behind cover. Speaking of being behind cover, this Bradley is hanging out, asking for trouble. Let's get another AT team up here. Luckily, dealing with the enemy vehicles is not too difficult. Oh, if we could call in like an airstrike or something right there, it'd be perfect. I mean, not for them. Be a bad time for them. Pretty good base of fire there, though. You can see they wiped out most of our defenses. Anybody highlighted in yellow is a fallen friendly soldier, and anybody in red is an enemy soldier. And if vehicles are disabled or decrewed, they can be captured. If the triangle shows up to be white, you might just have to repair the vehicle, or the crew is just somehow bailed or is dead, and you can actually capture it without having to do repairs. Alright, I believe this man here is the brother of Sahir. So I think this is his brother-in-law, Tank Hunter. So let's see what he can do. Let's nail this striker and then the other vehicle. The other Bradley. I think we got it, I'm not sure. May have just scratched the paint, I don't know. Wow, did that leave a crater? I think it actually just fell into that crater. But that would be cool if a vehicle could explode with so much ammunition on board that it actually leaves a crater. Alright, U.S. troops moving up there. There's a supply vehicle there. Oh, the convoy's coming up. Oh, let's ambush. Hold on. Careful. Oh, get wrecked. So you can see if you play against a player in Men of War or in Call to Arms, and they're very good with this direct control that has been improved upon. Like, this first-person control is incredible. One person, one soldier can change the battle. If the enemy outnumbers you with the amount of vehicles they have, one good player who knows what they're doing in the direct control can just change everything. But it's balanced, too, because obviously a soldier is not... infantry is soft, and tanks are hard, as I've seen many a time on many a death screen. Alright, left flank we've got a supply truck, another striker, and another supply truck coming. Is the enemy really going to continue with their attack? At this point, they've been destroyed. They've certainly done some damage to our line, but it's really just like scratching the surface of what we've really set up for them. Of course, the higher the difficulty, the more aggressive the enemy will be. Oh wow, a whole squad dumping off here. I thought it was a supply truck. Oh, good thing we brought over a squad. Let's call up a sniper team. AT over here. Let's replenish some of these lines. Looks like our boys over here didn't fare too well. Ooh, that Bradley just... A lot of that is the Bradley autocannon. I believe that's a 20 or 25 millimeter. I think it's called the Bushmaster. Ooh, it is mean. Bradley is an interesting vehicle, by the way, if you've not heard the history of it. Essentially, it was supposed to be recon, but it was supposed to be a tank, but it was supposed to be a troop transporter. It was supposed to be 10 other things than what it actually turned out to be, and it is a very interesting story about that vehicle. I must say, though, I really do like the look and the ability to play both the BTR and the BMP in this game. BMP-2 is an incredible vehicle in this game with the ability to fire its autocannon and ATGMs. It's a real beast. It's pretty easy to destroy, especially if you're using an Abrams against it, but, you know, actually, let's see if we can get this Abrams up and running. Wow, would that be an absolute slap in the face? Let's go ahead and see if we can repair this Abrams and capture it to use against the Americans. They've only got light vehicles approaching now. I don't even know why they're being told to, like, attack anymore. They should be doing A-10 gun runs on us or something. You know how it is in those videos. Yeah, we got one guy in one house somewhere, and just, 45 A-10s come in on it. I believe there is I believe there is a modded mission as well that allows you to fly an A-10 in this game too. So what the developers have not had the time to do, the community has. So again, I will say one of the most powerful things about the Call to Arms community is that there are mods, and there are mods that are very fun. And they are featured on the channel too, so make sure you do check that out as well. Vehicle is trying to... Okay, I guess they're going to have a picnic here. There's no way I can destroy this vehicle. There are no AT grenades in this game. And I don't think there's Molotovs either, so to disable a vehicle, you've truly got to destroy it with an RPG or some sort of AT weapon. Alright, let's get to repairing the tank, though, if we can. Oh, we can. Oh, this is going to be fun. I believe anybody can be a crewman for the tank, so if the enemy renews their attack, they're going to be in for some real tough times. Should be sending some more attacks at us. I don't know what they're waiting for. Let's call up another AT team. Oh, these guys are a different... these are GRM AT soldiers, but I forget... And this guy's out of ammo, so he can't fight. I forget exactly what their tier is called. They have a really cool name to them, though. Wow, this mortar team didn't even get a chance to fight. Anybody got AT? All of our boys are looking at the tank, wondering what we're going to do. Where did that team go? Where is Team AT Rocket? Oh, there they are. Soldiers in the game sometimes also run around with flashlights on and stuff. I don't think it matters so much. Maybe in multiplayer they can be turned off, so that way it doesn't give away an obvious position. Sometimes it is difficult to see enemy soldiers too. You got to spot them yourself in order to take action against them. Alright, 6 more minutes of this defense, but... Oh yeah, sorry. Fire in the hole. Clear out, boys. Okay. Oh, damn, I wiped them all out. Is that Abrams up? Oh, looks like we're still putting the coffee maker in there and getting the Wi-Fi connection going. Hopefully Mom didn't change the password again. We'll be in real trouble. Alright, so we just got light transports. We've got MTV and VH1 over on the left. So let's see what we can do to... I think we'll probably just call up these AT soldiers and wipe them out. I want some targets for the tank. So let's see if this thing can get repaired. A cool thing about the engineers as well is that they can repair multiple components at once. So I think you can have 2 men repairing different vital systems at the same time. So if a vehicle has been tracked, like if both of the tracks of the Abrams have been destroyed, both of these engineers can work to repair each one individually, having the time, in half, cutting it in half that it takes to repair the vehicle regularly. So that's a good sign. Seems like the enemies also left their Bradley out there, so we can salvage that. And our T-62 is still out there as well. We're gonna go. Let's go salvage that too. Let's go rescue mission on that one. Wow, we were able to hold against an Abrams. Luckily, we were able to get some very good technology to help defend. These AT-5 missiles right here were really good at blocking that vehicle. Almost impossible to see it, but they were able to wipe it out quite easily, or at least disable it. Go back to our tank then. Where's that? Over here. And it looks like we've got a supply truck too. Let's go see what they've got. Have one of our men run down there and grab it. Take a little peek. So we've just got to hold the line for another just less than 5 minutes. Looks like the Americans have mustered up another squad. We're going to take the thing that the Americans love most. There we go. They'll never see it again. Oh, they're mad. They saw what I was doing. Look at that. Steal the fuel, and look at that. Vehicles and troops coming out of nowhere. Well, so much for that engineer team that was going to go up there and repair that vehicle. Will fall back a little bit. And we'll use the Abrams against them. As you can see, capturing a vehicle does take quite a long time. It does take a while to repair and get it operational, so it's not like, you know, once a crew has been killed, you can just easily grab a vehicle. It takes time to repair and get it functional, and to get it recrewed too. Now, as you can see, on the right side, I believe, or at least when we were playing that one mission, it does list that you need, well, at the bottom, you have your driver, your gunner, and then you should have a loader and a commander too, at least, to get the tank working. And there could be other gunners too for other weapon systems. Well, let's go finish off some of the vehicles then. Now we've got an Abrams. Oh. Yes, you might need to stop for gas too. Let's see. Just a bunch of infantry. Oh, looks like the AI is smart enough to shoot at the troops. I may have been wrong about that. I'm sorry, did you need that? I'm sorry. Oops. Oh, it's sleeping, that's alright. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's tired. Tired out. Alright, well, we've recaptured our original position. So we can just have our troops counterattack if we want to. Got a guard squad at our disposal. Alright, time to counterattack and take those positions. Not much to do at this point in the mission, so it'd be nice if it was spiced up a little bit. It needs some sort of a crescendo. Multiple enemy tanks or something inbound, or something like that, with some sort of dramatic air support that takes them out at the last second. All mods that I see in this game are always, you know, hey, 17 enemy tanks are inbound. There's no way. Oh, look at that. The Air Force showed up conveniently. You know, that's just the way it's got to go. It's like, oh no, it's all over. Game. Oh wait. Oh. You know, 50 tanks have showed up. Yay! But still a fun mission to clear out the town once it's been kind of occupied. All right, so we'll go save War Pig then from the enemy troops that have surrounded it. If I put this on a little higher difficulty, of course, we'd probably be getting killed by enemy troops quite frequently. But at least we're able to see the mission with ease. And it is a good one. Alright, we can defend this left side now. Ooh. One of our men is down. Nice job, boys. There we go. Well, the medic died last that time. At least on the enemy's team. On the inside of the town, this is just wrecked. Obviously, more than just a little bit of air support here coming in on the town, destroying tanks, T-80BBs. We won't be able to repair vehicles like that. That one's just completely destroyed, so you do need to kind of match up the marker with the vehicle. For example, here, the AT-5. We could man this again, but there's no ammunition. If you press I, you can check inventory. Alright, one more to go. See if we can clean up in time for supper. I guess that should say dinner is in 39 seconds. Mom is on the way back from Wendy's. We got to finish up before she gets back, you know. All right. So we can spread out our troops again. Really like the snipers. There is, I think there's got to be a sniper mission in here somewhere. I do remember it. Very exciting to be able to, you know, kill enemy troops from a far distance with a sniper rifle. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see other missions and games recreated in the mod maker for this game as well. Lots of great maps that have been made. Developers have done a good job with base map creation and then basing multiplayer maps off single-player missions, of course, in order to use and modify already existing assets. But the community has done what nobody else can do, time and time again. All right, looks like everything's defended. Time is up. That is it. Hello? There we are. Mission accomplished. No real briefing or anything like that, but enemy losses was 604 men and 24 vehicles. Friendly losses were 93 of 6 vehicles, some of which, we only had 1 tank, so the other, and the BTR, so I don't know what else it could have been. Maybe some of the other guns and such were destroyed, but there you go. Oh, let's head back to the main menu then. All right, so recent update has made the game a lot more reliable and a lot more stylish, I must say. It's good to see the Russians and Germans are available in beta. There might be season passes and such. If you're on the Steam store watching, make sure that you check down below to learn the differences between all the different deluxe editions and whatnot. I highly recommend the campaign. That's probably one of my favorite parts of the game, but of course, multiplayer is really fun too. Campaign, solid. Conquest, a lot of fun. I want to go back and play that one some more. And then, of course, online games are pretty good, too. Lots of people hanging out and playing all the time in Call to Arms. So, Call to Arms available now. Make sure you check it out on the Steam store. Would like to thank everybody for tuning in and watching and supporting the game and the developers and the mod makers especially. A lot of people doing a lot of great things out of the kindness of their heart to really make a wonderful community and to make some really good games even better. All right, everyone. Well, I've been Raptor. Make sure you check out on YouTube. Look for me for Call to Arms, Men of War, and much more from this lovely developer. And I'll see you all next time. Thank you very much for dropping by. Have a great day, and hopefully we'll see you soon for more. Goodbye, everyone.